Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Create and Process, and today we'll be designing this very unique graphic design. We'll start out from our sketch by tracing it out on Illustrator. Then we'll add up all the further details, and for final touch-up we'll use the Photoshop. But before we go further, I just want to let you know that I have posted an article on behind the scene of this design. So if you want to see all the initial sketches which I have drawn out before we achieve the final design, and all the samples created in different color versions before we achieve our final output, then just go and check out behind the scene on our website after this video. So let's begin with the tutorial. First of all, what I'll do is I'll just trace out all these sketches with our pen tool or the ellipse tool. So let's trace it out. So I'll use the ellipse tool and just draw out one circle. With the ellipse tool, with the Alt and Shift press, just draw out a circle, and with the space bar pressed, you can just move around these circles. So I'll just move around and make a circle with a diameter around this in such a way that it matches like this. Okay, this one. And let's remove the fill color for a while and the stroke color to something bright color so that we can see, and let's increase the thickness, maybe 4. Let's keep it that way, or maybe 3. Now next thing, let's create this inner spiral design. So we'll use the pen tool, P for pen tool, click, and let's just trace it out, click and drag. Now next thing, let's create out this dome on the top. So I'll use the ellipse tool again, and with the Alt and Shift press, just draw out a circle with the space bar selected, just move around and make sure the sizes matches. So here we go, we got that size. Let's keep it like that, and after that just leave it. Next, let's draw out this part. So what I can do is either I can use the ellipse tool again, or maybe use the pen tool. So whatever choice you take. So for this, I'll use the pen tool and draw out some stuff here. So I'll start out from here, click, and giving a nice curve around here like that. And let's make that flow. So zoom it out a little bit and click and drag, and okay, like that. Then one around here so that we can give some spacing, and after that one around here, maintaining that nice flow, and let's finish it around here, maybe a little bit up like that, and leave it. So we have drawn that. Now what we can do is select everything, and let's use the shape builder tool, and let's make this one shape. And after that, let's select this outer circle and just delete it out. So we are left with this design, and it's the total, almost the skeleton is formed. Next thing is we'll add up these further details. So to add up that, we'll trace it out using the pen tool. So it's little time consuming, but it gives you the nice output. So we'll start out from inside. So I'll make sure these line crosses this. So make sure you just keep your point around here so that it crosses that, so that further you don't need to do adjustments when you are using shape builder tool or divides. You want to divide some stuff, so click, drag, and make sure to keep it like that. V for selection, again P for pen tool, again going from there and there, and just make sure you give that nice curve. Next thing is what I'll do is I'll just select all these stuff, and to check out where there is some missing of intersection, we can use the shape builder tool and we can find out whether each pieces are separated out or not. So I think we have drawn it out perfectly, so nothing is missing, everything is perfectly divided oh, here you can see some errors. So if you don't do it properly, you'll see lots of this. So for this, we'll go in and do that adjustment. So just zoom it in and let's select this and let's do the intersection here, and again selecting that, zoom it in and let's do some adjustments here. So if we again check out and if we do the same stuff, we'll get these separate pieces now. So here we have corrected that. So if you find anything else like this, just go and correct it out because it's important. So now selecting everything, separate out each individual using the shape builder tool or by dividing it. So if you want to do that, you can use either way, but sometimes the divide option may work very might show some error. If you see if I select all these stuff and if I do the divide option, I miss out some details. So I just don't want that, so I'll use the shape builder tool and choosing a different color, I'll just separate out manually. So click. Now everything is fine and it's very clean. Now next thing, we need to add the colors. So first of all, what I'll do is we have already prepared the color palette, and I have done some research and I have tested out few colors, tones, and I finally got these color palettes here. So if you want to know that and how I finally decided which color to use, you can just go and check out on our website behind the scene, where I have shown all the initial sketches and samples with variations of colors. So let's fill this up. So I just select this and this, and let's fill this up with the eye picker, and a shift and alt press, I'll just select this color, and G for gradient, I just give one gradient color like this, from blue to maybe dark pink or maybe purple, like that. And next, selecting this and this with the eye picker selected again with a shift and alt press, I just select this color, and this time G and click and drag, so maintaining that flow. So I'll just make sure it's nicely okay, like that. Now next thing, selecting all the rest pieces. So select all the rest pieces like this, and with the eye picker now we'll select this color, and this time I think we need to do individual adjustments because it's working very different. If you see G, see all these are in horizontal, we don't need that, so we have to select individual pieces, G, and just work it out. So from lighter to darker, like that. So it's going to work pretty well. So, and it looks very great after you done it in a proper way. So G again, like that. Now once we have achieved all this stuff, let's work on the top portion also. So I just select this one, and what I'll do is I just remove the border color, or maybe I have got color which doesn't have a border. So with the shift and alt press, I just select this and I fill this up with this color, and G for gradient, it's a gradient color where on the center I have given some dark purple color and here light pink. So just move around and do the adjustments, proper adjustments like this, and you got that nice effect. Now selecting these two pieces, we'll fill this up with this color, this one I have prepared for this one. So I'll just select that and make it linear. It's right now it's radial, so make it linear, and you can see the effect now. It's looking great. So like that, once you applied it will look great. Now we need to add some details, but before that I just want to add some shadows effect. So next step is to create the shadow for each pieces, and I think the stroke thickness is quite large, so overall I select all these and I'll go to stroke and give it around 3, let's see, or maybe 3 is too large, maybe 2, and it's looking great now. So maintaining the stroke thickness according to your size is also very important. So let's do it now. So I just select this one, and what I'll do is I'll just select all these pieces here, like this, and go to effect, stylize, drop shadow to apply some drop shadow here. So I just applied that and it will show preview, and I need to do some adjustments with the shadows. So what I want is I want a shadow around here, not on the back side. So let's move around. So I'll just put testing. So let's test it out. If you put it here, it doesn't work. One, let's see. Okay, it's sent that there. If I put -2, let's see. Yeah, it works pretty well. And let's click OK for a while now. Now what I'll do is select the individual pieces, this one first, with a shift and control pressed, and with the close square bracket you can bring any object on the top. So it's like bringing arranging the object on the top of this whole scene. So in the same way, we'll select this and with a shift and control pressed and press the close square bracket and it will bring it on top. So just continue this process and bring all the layers one by one on the top. So it's like step by step selecting all these pieces and bring it up one by one. And if you don't do like this, it is going to look odd, because we need this layer on the bottom and this one on top, then top, then top. So it's the only way to create that stuff. So you need to be very careful while working on. So if you bring this up, then select this and bring this up, then it is going to be below that surface. So it's not going to look great. So we need that cycle here. Selecting this, bring this up. And now let's create a stroke here, giving some thickness to this edge. So I'll use the pen tool to create that. So now we'll add some shadow effect inside of this. So what we'll do is we'll select all these series. So with the direct selection tool, or maybe the selection tool, select all these individual pieces. So just zoom it in, Control Z. Let's zoom it in and just select these pieces. So select this, this one, then this one, then this. Let's zoom it out a little bit, this, and let's see, and this one. Let's select this also. Now if I select this and move it a little bit aside, you can see it's selected. All of them are selected. So just duplicate this, Control C, Control F. Now what I'll do is I'll go to Pathfinder and just combine it. So it create one object, and I'll go to Appearance and remove the drop shadow here. So just hide out the drop shadow and we got a simple plain object. Now what we can do is we got a stroke. So I'll just go to Object, Path, and Outline Stroke and just combine it. So go to Pathfinder, combine it. Now I'll just duplicate this one more time, Control C, Control F, and what I'll do is I'll use the pen tool and draw out some shape here. So like this, giving a nice curve, and click, and click. I create a shape, and now selecting this to just subtract it out. Now we got this. So this one I will just apply this nice shadow color which I have created with the using the gradient tool. So this is what G, and now from here selecting, remove the stroke color and fill it up with the fill color. From here, dark to light. So make sure you got dark portion here and dark light over there. And now I'll just select this one, arrange to front, and what I'll do is I'll just remove the fill color for a while and select this too, and let's make clipping mask. So now if I go inside this clipping mask and select this and go to effect, blur, Gaussian blur, and apply some blur effect here. Let's see, let's reduce it a little bit, increase it. Okay, and if I come outside, you can see we got a nice clean cut here, and the blur effect is not outside, so you'll get the design very clean and you have given that nice effect. So it's looking great now. So overall I think this is great, and let's jump to Photoshop to add up further more details. First of all, I'll just select this and the stroke and arrange to front. So now I'll just drag this file inside Photoshop. So now our design is on Photoshop and it's a smart object. Now let's do some adjustment. Let's add some gloss effect here. So to add that, I'll add a new layer, and with the brush tool here and soft brush, reduce the diameter here, and let's fill it out with some light color. So I'll just fill it out with the light pink color and like that, and let's erase it out, the extra unwanted pieces. So I'll just reduce the size like that. So delete all the, let's zoom it in and just delete out the extra unwanted glossiness which is coming out from that. And now selecting that layer, go to effect or maybe image, adjustments, curve, and play around with the color. And this time I'll add some gloss effect but with the DOS tool. So to add that, I'll just convert this into a rasterized layer for a while, and we'll use the DOS tool and let's play around here. So I'll just reduce the DOS percentage to 50% and let's add some effects. So you can see we have given that nice gloss effect here and it's looking great. So we got that, and let's add some shadow here. So for a while I'll use the pen tool. So I'll just click from I'll just create a new layer, pen tool selected, going from here, like giving that curve, and let's finish it here. So make selection, okay, and let's fill this out with some color. So I'll use the maybe gradient color. So I'll select the gradient tool, double click on it, let's apply some gradient color, choose the gradient tool here. So gradient, here it is, gradient, just let's choose some color. So I'll use first one, I'll use the dark purple like that, and here maybe a little bit purple from here, selecting from here, and okay, and click OK. Now let's fill this up from darker to lighter like that, or maybe yeah, it's looking great. Now if you Control or D, and let's give some blur effect around here. So what I'll do is I'll draw some, and I'll use some selection area. So from here, Control Z, selecting from here, I'll just select this whole area from inside, and here, then here, almost the whole. Now once you have selected, I'll go to Effect, Blur, Gaussian blur. So and let's increase the blur effect. So let's see, okay. So I'll give some smooth size and click OK and Control D. So we got that nice smoothness here. Now if I reduce the opacity, you can see that effect. Now let's make it multiply and you get more effect here. So we got that nice, okay, it's multiply it, and you can play around with the shadow here, so it will give that nice effect, and you got that nice design. And I think finally we have achieved what we are working for, and it's looking really great. if you want to work on more, you can just go inside, add few more details and create more interesting design like this. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to check out the next tutorial coming up, and if you want more updates on designing, press the subscribe button. Don't forget to like, subscribe this channel, and check out our website creativeprocess.net for behind the scene. Thank you.